Local governments are very conscious of the enormity of and the importance of live music and keen to do whatever we can to get it back. University of Tasmania study in 2014 found spending on live music supported an estimated 65,000 full and part-time jobs and contributed $3.2 billion to the national economy. Let's imagine that can grow to $2021 and more jobs. This is the enormity of the sector that local governments want to support back to full health. And we want to support it because live music is important and magical and important for the soul, but we also want to support it because we know that so many of our CBDs have had a real jobs crunch, and this is a way of getting people back into employment. It's a way of getting people back into earning a livelihood and getting our economy back working again. In 2017, local government investment in culture and heritage broadly was $1.5 billion. So it's 27% of the national investment by all governments in the industry. As a sort of level of government that collects about sort of 3 or 4% of the tax take as a proportion, we're contributing nearly a third of the national spend of all governments. And the way to incentivise local governments to spend generally is to get those matching programs up. So a lot of the advocacy we do on behalf of local governments in this space is to talk to the state and Commonwealth government about festivals grants where councils can match them, or, outdoor dining and performance spaces grants to ensure that businesses can do that. I grew up as a teenager going to kind of every single outdoor open air festival that I possibly could. This is the most COVID safe activity there is. How can we find a way to work with local governments who might want to attract people to their region over the summer period to bring back all these outdoor festivals? All of these things are easier to do for local governments than, again, things that are perhaps more indoor and still the subject of a range of different health orders, which make getting the sort of number of people inside more difficult. Right across the state, right across the country, the enormous passion for music. I never thought I'd be standing next to the Deputy Prime Minister wearing an Elvis suit, and yet, there we go in parks. It is the case, I think, that the more evidence you have about the creation of jobs that are associated with the live music industry and the cultural industries and creative industries more generally, the more likely it is that advocacy to other levels of government is effective. So finding a way to think about live music as part of a place, because the lyrics tell the story of a place, because the musicians grew up in that place, because it gives people who live and visit that place a better experience. These are the kinds of ways I think that local governments and the music industry can best work together. If one council does something and it works, shining a spotlight on that means that that idea becomes contagious to the nation's other 536 councils. So my message to you is find a way to mobilise the people who support what you're doing and to make that really visible and public to the council. That's the best way to swing their views about knocking down all the other barriers, of which there are millions, to get things done. The way we work, I imagine quite like you, is as a member organisation, we sort of need things to come up from our members. So we're very keen to get ALGA onto the National Cabinet, contributing to those decisions, frankly, to give our Office of Help, to provide ways in which the Commonwealth and states can partner with us to implement their ideas. That's the kind of way forward that we'd like to see.